there. I wanted to share some of my top helpful hints for navigating the busy holiday season and kind of my top tips for staying a little bit more on track with those health and wellness goals while we are going through this busy and chaotic and indulgent time of the year. So first off, let me start off by introducing myself. My name is Deidre Ferentz. I am a certified premier faster way to fat loss coach, and I help women and men take control back of their life and learn a maintainable and sustainable lifestyle where they force their bodies to start burning fat for fuel and also fueling their bodies properly so that they have the energy that they need to live their life and go about their day and all the things that we do. So let me go ahead and get started. And one of my first tips for navigating the holidays involves alcohol, because I am sure that is one thing that you probably all think about when we think about holiday parties and events and functions. And one of my top tips for alcohol is, one, we all enjoy it. I say it has no nutritional value, but it definitely has a little mental value for some of us. And if you're like me, I enjoy my wine. So one of the things that I now do whenever I go out is I will have my glass of wine or whatever your beverage of choice is, and then I will fill that glass up or ask for another glass of water or club soda with lime or something like that. And I will have that glass of water or club soda in between every single one of my alcoholic beverages. And I do that for two reasons. One, I find it helps me drink less. If sometimes it's not what's in your glass, it's actually just kind of having a glass in your hand while you're walking around and you're talking and you're socializing and you're bringing something to your mouth. So I fill that glass with seltzer or with water, and I still am kind of tricking my brain, if you will, to feel that motion or that socialization, whatever that is that I need, but I'm not giving myself too many glasses of wine usually. So that is one thing that I do. I also find that this helps me drink less, and it helps you feel better in the morning, because we all know that when you have too much to drink, it definitely affects you the next day. So I do that for two things. One, to hydrate, give myself more water, more hydration that you definitely need when you're consuming alcohol. But two, because I find that it does help me drink a lot less than I used to. My second tip is that if you are going to a function and you're supposed to bring a dish, bring something that you know you can enjoy, that is healthy, that is good for you, that you know that if everything else there is going to be glutinous or just not something that you would typically want to enjoy, you have an option for something that you know is based around whole food nutrition and is something good to fuel your body. Another tip of mine is to, if you are at an event or a party and there's something there and you taste it and you don't like it, don't eat it. Don't eat it just because it's on your plate or you feel like you have to. I used to be really, really guilty of this, especially at like the kids' birthday parties, and you have a piece of the cake because they offer it to you, and I'd take a bite and I'd be like, gosh, this is really bad cake, but I guess I'm just gonna eat it anyway. Not anymore. If it is not worth it, I am not eating it. I will eat it when it's worth it. I will eat that donut. I will eat that cake. I will eat that pie, but it has to be worth it. If it is not worth it, if you don't like it, leave it. Just don't eat it. Another tip is to, when you are, especially at like a big family holiday event where you're having a large meal, it's not just necessarily appetizers, but you're sitting down to eat or something, eat your plate, make your plate, and then take a break. I know sometimes, and I am guilty of this, sometimes the food is just so good that you want to go back for more, but you haven't given your belly and your brain time to really process what you've already eaten. So just sit there at the table for 10 or 15 minutes while you drink that glass of seltzer and socialize and talk to the people around you, or get up and walk around, or whatever the case may be. But give yourself some time before you maybe go back for seconds, and let your body just kind of have that time in your brain to digest the food that you've already eaten. And then another tip, and this can actually go two ways because I've done it both ways, but I have two suggestions here. If you're going to an event or a party, sometimes if you are afraid either there's just not going to be good foods there that you want, or sometimes I know I've gone to functions where they say it's appetizers and you're lucky if you can even get your hands on 2 or 3 bites of food, just because either the event's so crowded or there's not enough food or the line for the food is too long or whatever the case may be. So eat before you go in some of those cases. Have dinner before you go so that you don't go there starving or feeling like you need to grab everything and the chance that there might not be food available to you to have that fuel that your body needs. So one is you can eat before you go so that you go to that event feeling good, feeling satisfied, not feeling like you're super hungry. And then the other side to it is, if you are going to an event where you know there is going to be a delicious dinner, you know that you are going to have the opportunity to eat, then keep it really lean and green and clean during the day. Like, just try and, you definitely want to eat. I'm not saying to starve yourself, but, eat maybe something really light and clean and green. Make yourself maybe a nice salad with some protein on top, maybe some avocado for the good fat. That way you can kind of enjoy a little bit more when you are at that party or that event, when you know there is going to be good food. So that last tip kind of goes both ways, but there's nothing I hate more when I kind of quote save up to go to an event or a party, and then I get there and there's like hardly any food, and then you leave and you're starving and you need to eat, but it's really late and you maybe don't want to eat late. So it kind of goes two ways, but hopefully if you're going to a party or going to a function, you can find out what the food situation is going to be and then make your decision on that one depending on, what's going to be served. So anyways, those are just some of my tips for navigating a little bit of a healthier holiday season. And happy holidays to all of you. Bye-bye.